When my oldest daughter, Alex, went off to college, she was just getting ready. I was thinking to myself, when do I tell her what really matters in the world? What's the most important things to tell her as a father? And I heard on the radio, on National Public Radio, I heard this conversation about a woman who was trying to tell her son the most important lessons that were important, and how she felt about him.
Yes.
And so she took him to school. She'd written this long speech she was going to give him, or just long talk she was going to give him, very heartfelt. And then she'd planned a dinner for them to go out together after she moved him into the dorm. He called her up and said, "Mom, great thing, they're having a darn barbecue tonight. It's a big party. Sorry, I'm going to have to miss dinner." And she starts weeping on the radio.
Aww.
And of course, I start to get really emotional. I have to pull off the highway. I'm sitting there like an idiot in the car, weeping, thinking, oh my God, I can't let this happen to me. So anyway, a long story short, I decided to write a book for my girls so they could take it with them. And the first edition was called 25 Things I Hope I Told You. The neat thing about this book was that I don't know if I could have written this book before I started our leadership work together. I think your encouragement of me to self-reflect on what is my purpose, what do I stand for, what does matter most to me, helped me get down to what are the key messages for my daughters.
Maybe you'd share a few examples of, just a few, of the leadership lessons that you wrote to the girls.
I'll just give you a couple. I started out, my first one was called I Love You Unconditionally, because I wanted to make sure I framed it properly. It says that I love you and I'll love you always. Even if I'm angry or disappointed or sad for the moment, I'll get over it. And through it all, I'll love you.
That's lovely.
And then I said, the hardest one for me to write was number 2, which was called Tell Me When You Need Me.
Oh gosh, yes.
Because of course they're going away now. And you're thinking, I'm not going to be able to be there. So I said, I'll always be there when you need me. For small things or for big things, you can always count on me. I may need you to tell me when to be there, because when you're on your own and fully independent, it may not be obvious to me when it is you really need me.